We have 11 minutes left on the debate. Let's try and settle this. Both the guests from Karachi and Islamabad have accused me of being a liar before we went into the break. They say you're lying, you should apologize. Now I'm going to put the facts for both of them, and I'm sure after hearing what Nawaz Sharif said and the clarification, I'm absolutely sure they will apologize for those observations about me. Thanks. Now listen to me, gentlemen. Let's move out of the graphic. This is what Nawaz Sharif said. Now, I wait for your apology. I will accept your apology when you give me the apology. What Nawaz Sharif said was that the Dawn newspaper reported that Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif said, and I quote, "Kashmir is a flashpoint and will trigger a fourth war between the nuclear powers at any time." Any time, right? And it said he made these remarks to the POK Council. Okay, the legislature which administers Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The clarification of your Prime Minister's office was this. Listen to this, Mr. Pirzada, because you've been very, vocal on this. It says the Prime Minister of Pakistan never uttered these words. The whole news item is baseless. The whole news item is incorrect. The whole news item is not just baseless and incorrect, but based on malafide intentions. The news reports are rebutted. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif is of the view that Pakistan and India, the conflict is to be resolved through peaceful means. Look at that. Now, what I have with me, and thank you for your patience in listening for the first time. What I have with me, I've got the original document, which was on the basis of which Dawn put out its report, along with the phone numbers and everything, which is in Urdu. It puts out what Nawaz Sharif originally said. So leave the whole business of what I'm saying. Would both of you today like to apologize for the colorful descriptions you ascribed to me? For
Arnab, read the Urdu text. Can you?
I am reading. I have translated it.
No, you can't read Urdu.
I have read it. Why are you getting all excited?
You are. Come on, Arnab. Let's be fair.
By the way, Mr. Pirzada, are you describing an alien language? You are describing Urdu, which a large number of people in India speak. And we have a large number. Now, please calm down, please. No, Mr. Pirzada, you can apologize.
Is your name Arnab? I'm talking to Arnab.
I want an apology from you, Mr. Pirzada, for those ridiculous comments you made out there. And this is what he said. MEA Nawaz Sharif said the Kashmir is a flashpoint and this issue could become the reason of a fourth war between the two atomic powers. I don't think I'm getting an apology, but Maroof.
Urdu expression for that.
Well, I have got it translated by one of the best translators from the original text. Either you or General Qureshi can apologize. I'll be happy to accept it.
I don't agree with anything. Give me the original Urdu text. You can't even read it and tell.
I have just given you the original Urdu text. You want me to hold it up, sir, for you? Come on, let's take a close-up shot. Here's the original Urdu text.
Let's get a close-up shot. Said, and now you are denying that you don't even know what you're talking about.
आप पढ़ लीजिए.
आपको टीवी दिख रहा है वहाँ पे? आपके पास टाइम्स नाउ दिख रहा है तो आप पढ़ लीजिए. I'm holding it up for you.
Please go ahead and read the text.
Yes, so the text is this, the translation is exactly this. MEA Nawaz Sharif said Kashmir is a flashpoint and the issue...
Where is the text?
Well, I don't think you'll trust anyone but yourself. Maroof, we're not getting the apology.
Yeah.
Maroof.
You don't even
Okay,
know.
Mr. Pirzada, you've had your say. Mr. Pirzada, you've had your say. Now let us make our few humble points. Mr. Pirzada, you've had your say. Mr. Pirzada, will you let somebody else speak?
Maroof, please.
Come on.
Mr. Pirzada, you can go rambling along, but let somebody else speak.
Let me talk to
Otherwise, I'll have to do to you which I've done earlier.
What is the
Please.
Urdu word for flashpoint?
Mr. Pirzada, enough.
Don't be an apologist for Arnab. Come on, don't be an apologist for
No,
Arnab.
Mr. Pirzada, I think I'll have to. I mean, you have to give somebody else a chance to make a broader point.
Maroof, are you the
and I
host
think
of
the
this
point
program?
is, and General Qureshi will agree with me, that Mr. Nawaz Sharif has a very selective memory.
Yeah.
General Qureshi will agree that during Kargil and subsequently Nawaz Sharif kept doing a flip-flop with his statement. This is on the record in your own findings. I'm not saying it myself. So therefore, Nawaz Sharif has a record of doing flip-flop with his statements. The second point is that your press needs to be complimented for having brought the figures, facts out. They did it in the case of Kasab, when your government, your last government was denying Kasab's nationality. It was Geo TV which exposed your government. So I trust your press. I don't trust your Prime Minister's press office.
We don't trust
the third point which I want to make is Pakistan has a number of internal problems. Mr. Nawaz Sharif is deflecting attention for the people of Pakistan by trying to get you to rally on Kashmir and the conflict possibility with India, which has traditionally been the only bonding adhesive for Pakistanis. And I think the Americans have already wrapped him on the knuckles, and therefore he has changed his stand. This is going to come out subsequently, whether you like it or not, Mr. Pirzada. You can keep rambling along, but please look at this in a realistic perspective.
Let's get General Qureshi and K.C. Singh and General. Mr. Pirzada. Mr. K.C. Singh. You know, do you think it's possible that the Americans came in and they put the pressure and they told Nawaz Sharif to issue a correction? Do you think Nawaz Sharif would have issued the correction without direct pressure from Washington?
No, he would issue a correction anyway. I think what has happened is that the Americans really have no interest in this area any longer.
Yeah.
Their interest has gone to the air defense zone in East China Sea. Their interest is in Syria. Their interest is in the nuclear deal with Iran. Pakistan realizes that with this reduced interest, it's like a child who starts crying when he wants milk. So any time anybody stops forgetting this conflict, which they think is a conflict zone,
they make a comment
bring up a nuclear crisis point back into question. I have no doubt.
It was deliberate. You have no doubt it was deliberate.
It's deliberate. And I have no doubt at all that some Western countries, including the Americans, must have got in touch and told them not to do it.
What would you say to General Rashid Qureshi? You know, what's the best thing? General Rashid Qureshi, this is what analysts are saying to you. My question is, what would you say? Rashid Qureshi is a reasonable man. But on this point, he seems to have taken a very pro-Nawaz Sharif kind of intractable, inflexible position.
No, one more point, that they have got a new army chief, handpicked by Nawaz Sharif. If the army chief is in sync with the government of Pakistan, why would Pakistan declare war or go to war?
Precisely.
We have no intention of going to war. The second thing is, only way that some limited war can be triggered off is if you don't control your militants and your jihadis. So if you say a fourth war is coming, that means you have no plan to control the jihadis.
Okay.
And you have no desire to tell your army chief not to do anything.
General, what's your message for General Qureshi?
General Qureshi, if you do not watch this rhetoric, if your country cannot display the level of maturity and gravitas that comes with the ownership of nuclear weapons, let me assure you that the world will get together one day to defang you.
Okay. Now General Qureshi's turn to respond. The best alternative in this situation is, General Qureshi, to basically be careful. This kind of braggadocio is now a bit medieval, outdated, you know.
You know, Arnab, if one keeps on countering what the other is saying without even for a second pausing and thinking that no one, Pakistan, no one in India, I'm sure, wants a war. I don't think even the armies of the two countries want a war. So therefore, I cannot imagine that Nawaz Sharif, who's taken over as Prime Minister just about 4-6 months back, would have any intention of retching up the ante.
There's no question of intentions. He said it.
I think
he said it.
I think he made an observation.
But he has said it.
No, either you listen to what I have to say. If you keep interrupting, he said it. He did not say that he wants a war.
He said it.
If he wants, he made an observation that if Kashmir is not resolved between Pakistan and India,
between nuclear powers. How more explicit can you get?
Okay, gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen, not getting admission from either of you here on the Newshour tonight, but I thank you very much for your participation in debate number 2. Yes, he said it. And perhaps Mr. Nawaz Sharif can give us an interview and explain how he will never say it again. Thank you very much for joining us here on the News Hour Tonight from Karachi, Delhi and Islamabad.